Yay! On a scale of 1 to 10, like, how would you rate this?
10.
Thank you. Okay, I will sign it. I will sign it. Don't worry.
I'll leave it for 10 years and then $10,000.
Sorry. I mean, no pressure, right? No pressure. Okay, I don't know how to peel this. And there you go, a one of a kind Samara sketch poster. That's might be worth $10 next year. Okay, you're welcome.
Anybody else wants to get their portrait drawn as well?
Yes,
All right.
Take a seat, take a seat. Ooh, I love your hair. I'm so excited. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Okay, I guess let's get into the process of drawing first
Okay.
before we continue our chatting.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So usually, like, I will go for like the main facial shape first, right? And you have very defined facial features, which is great. You know, you're so pretty. Wait, where are you? You're pretty too. I just want to let you know. Like, yeah, I just didn't say that because I know you personally, so it would be weird. Yeah. I'm sorry. You guys are getting so much insight into my deep personal psyche. Like, oh my gosh. Yes, VNC, you have any, like...
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you feel like you've learned about yourself after creating such a personal graphic novel?
I've learned a lot. So like, no filter, right? Today this is a cozy session. Like I had to go to therapy because I was going through a lot of stuff in my personal life at the same time as I was, working on this book. And like, it kind of made sense for me to seek help. Yeah, and to like figure things out and like piece my life together in a way that makes sense. And so like I went and I like met up with a therapist and they were like really nice and they helped me to sort out some of those things. And like I've discovered so much about myself, so much so that like the book's original ending was different from what I eventually went with. Because like I had gained more insight into like how like I've grown. I would like to think I've grown. And like so like, it didn't feel right to end the book with like how it originally was and I had to like tweak it. Yeah, but for the benefit of everyone who has not read the book, I shall not tell you what it was originally. But it was it like I think it got a lot deeper and I added a lot more pages because of like the growth. Yeah.
That's great to hear that like you were able to have that kind of epiphany moment for you as well through therapy and then also through the creation of this book. I will just ask one last question before I start opening up questions to the audience as well, so you guys can start planning questions in your head. In your comic, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but not that much of a spoiler. You mentioned that you didn't think you're a comic artist yet.
Yes.
So do you think that is still true?
I mean, I have a book in the comics section. So I must be a comic book artist, right? Thank you very much. But I think like while I was working on the book, like when I was writing those last few pages, it seemed to kind of coincide with my psychology at that time as well. And I was like thinking to myself, I don't really feel like an artist yet. And even like a couple of weeks before, before the book came out, I was kind of still like, I don't know how this book will go. I don't know how people will receive it. Will people think this is a dating manual? Or like, will people like heckle me over it and think like I'm some sort of like a womanizer, but like the other way, like a menonizer. I don't know. There should be a term for that. Why is there not a term for that? Oh my god. Like I thought yeah, like I had so many things going on in my life at that point, and I was like trying to figure things out, and I didn't feel like I was really a comic book artist. I don't know, but like right now, I guess because I have a book.
Yay!
You guys are so encouraging. Thank you.
Okay, you want to finish up this drawing and then after that we can start
Okay,
doing
yeah.
questions.
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry I'm so slow.
No worries,
Yeah,
no
actually, do you want to like just get like people asking? I'm okay.
That's fine. Okay, are you okay?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Then in that case, maybe we can have our first question from you guys. Alright, hi. Oh.
Any of the dozen men here, or do they know about the book?
Oh. Wait, who that? Who? Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna do an audience scan. Nope, I don't think they're here. Yeah, either they are not here or they're here and I've already forgotten what they look like. I mean, it's been so long, right? Like it's been like 2 years. I only remember like their most like unique, like defining features. I tried. But like I don't have their context. Have you read it? Have you? Okay. I don't have their context. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, it's a kind of like a spoiler, but I don't have their context. There's a reason why I don't have their context. But yeah, like, I can't imagine how it would be like if they knew. Yeah. I kind of did explore it in like one page though. Yeah, and when you get to that, and then when you get it, like when you get to that, if you know moment, take a picture, send it to me, and let me know. Any other
Does
questions?
anyone else have a question? I have a question.
Yes.
Kind of like to follow up to your question.
Right.
Because you mentioned that you don't really remember how they look. Is this why they don't have eyes? Okay, if you look through the book, if you flip through the book, this is a very purposeful decision. So
Yeah.
I'm very curious to know
Like
why.
if you have the book right now and you just bought it from Kino, you can like unwrap it and like look through. Like you notice that the people, the guys in there, they have no eyes. It's intentional. So like if you study like comics and stuff, I know like someone somewhere said that like not having eyes also means that you can't really like relate to them. You know, so it's like you're not meant to relate to them. They're just like passing characters, right? And then like the whole like not having eyes thing also makes it easier for me to draw them because then I don't have to like think about like placing the eyes and yeah. But that's the lazy answer. Yes, but yeah, I like to think of it as like there's a distance between the reader, Samara, who are on the same side, and the man. Yeah, and that distance is emphasized by the eyes, I guess. Eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yeah, so you never really know them, and then us as the reader, we don't really know these guys as well, because it's all surface level.
Yeah.
So that's a really smart decision that you made with the character designs for the guys.
Thank
I really
you.
like.
And also like it kind of gives them a sense of anonymity. So like fun fact, originally I wanted to put a black bar over their eyes, kind of like oh this is censored, you know what I mean? I was not expecting you guys to laugh at that, but like great. But for real, like I thought like okay maybe I should like censor it and then like make it such that it feels a bit glitchy. Yeah, if you read the book, you know what I mean by glitchy. But I thought about it and like my editor, he was like, but if you put a black bar, it kind of looks weird. It kind of like feels like, I don't know, is it an error or something? And I was like, you know what? Dude, you're right. You're so right. Okay, I just omit all the eyes, and that was like the compromise that we came to in order to like tell the story the way it's supposed to be told. Yeah, but for real, I think like you're not meant to relate too much to the guys because you're looking at stuff from my point of view, right? Come on, guys, my point of view, me. It's all about me. But yeah, like it helps to tell the story a little bit better.
Okay. Anybody else here has any questions for Samara?
Or any complaints? I'll take complaints.
If you've read the book and you're dying to know something about the book itself, no? In that case, I also have another question, because I'm very curious about this. In this book, you did draw all these 12 guys, and it's very, like you said, focused on your personal perspective. Have you ever been worried that, like, there will be online criticism or feedback about, oh, this is so biased, and then, you start getting all that
Yeah.
negative reactions? Are you worried about that at all?
Honestly, I am, kind of. I still am. But I'm trying to, like, work my way around it. Because, like, I feel like... Okay, so I talked to my therapist about this. And my therapist is like, you know what? Those people who don't like your book, it's fine. Like, not everyone has to like you. You don't like everyone either. And I'm like, that is so true. Like, oh my god, that's so...
You said it like 12 guys.
Cough, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, sorry.
But yeah, like it's like I'm fine, like what's most important are the people who like can resonate with this book. Like if I'm so worried about like putting this book out that I don't put it out, I think like there'll be people who don't really get to like feel like, oh yeah, because there's this, and like I feel less alone. Like I think the best part about being a comic book artist and releasing this is like hearing stories from you guys, and like hearing y'all tell me that, hey, like I read this and I feel less alone. I didn't know that someone else is also going through all of this stuff. Yeah, and I feel like I'm seen, and like that really like hits me right in my feels. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's really touching that you had this other like reason to be creating these stories as well. Maybe let's finish up with this artwork here, and then we'll have one more portrait after this. And then after that, we can head on into the book signing. You want to talk about like how you're finishing up this drawing?
Right, I am signing my name on this drawing, and it's done. I'm so sorry, finishing touches. I'm sorry. Okay, clap. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're so pretty. I can't take compliments. I'm sorry. This drawing just lost $10. I'm sorry. I'm making it worse. Yeah. Are you sure you guys want me to draw something and tear it? Oh, should we just not? Yeah. If you guys want me to draw, just come visit me in my booth.
Yeah. You can also talk to her a little more in person if you have other questions that you would like to ask her. Before we move into our book signing session, last chances for anybody if you have dying questions to ask Samara, maybe about how she broke into the comic scene in the first place, things like that. Are there any aspiring comic creators?
Hi. I haven't read the book yet, but do you foresee there'll be a sequel?
Oh wow. Thanks for saying that. Epigram? No, okay, so like I do want to write more. I don't think I'm at right now, right? The me right now versus the me at the end of the book. We're not that far apart. So who knows? Maybe there will be a sequel. And by then, it'll be something else, or it'll be along the same lines, how to date another dozen. Oh my god, ew, no. Yeah, or it'll be something entirely different. I feel like now that I have, kind of cleared the lowest hanging fruit by talking about my own story, I do want to try something new, and like it's always been my dream to draw and write my own like stories, fictional ones. So like who knows? Maybe not. Epigram. But yeah.
Of course. Whenever we publish an author, we are inclined to publish their second work.
So there you have it. Yeah. Any other questions?
Oh, Kenny? Microphone.
Mike. Thank you.
Hi, Samara.
Hello.
My question is very simple. You mentioned that you want to go break into DC Comics, right?
Yes.
So it's a very geeky question. So what were the comics that you were reading in DC that made you want to become an artist?
Right. For a moment there, your question made me nervous.
Sure.
Okay, so like, because I'm at Kinokuniya and I come to Kinokuniya a lot, let me give you some comic book recommendations from the shelves. Okay, so like, when I was younger, I read a lot of like Batgirl comics from the Cameron Fletcher Batstar era. And then from there, I kind of like branched into like some of the Teen Titans stuff because I also watched the Teen Titans cartoon. And then I was really obsessed with Superman Rebirth. That era where Jonathan Kent is just like this tall baby. I love him. Why did they have to age him up? I could go on a rant. Talk to me at the booth. But yeah, like that was what I like was super obsessed with, and I collected comics from there. Bought a lot from Kino. I'm just like just take my money. And then right now, like every once in a while, DC releases like these like young adult graphic novels, and they're like self-contained, and I love them because like the stories are so rich and so diverse. I also collect a couple from there as well. So yeah, these are like mainly my inspirations. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the question. And we have another question.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, which is also why I asked the question. I really love your art style, and I was wondering what inspired your art style. Like, what are your influences and stuff like that?
Thank you so much. So like, wow, that's a really good question. So like last time I used to say like, oh yeah, you know, I follow a lot of like female artists on Instagram, like Babstar, Pernille Oram, I think that's how you pronounce her name, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. And but now like I think I've like followed quite a lot of people, and like just somehow I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram. But it feeds me things, and like I look at stuff and I'm like, oh okay, that's cool, that's cute. And then like I try to like, you know, pick up some like stylistic references from there, stuff like that. But I would say like how I kind of taught myself to draw, it was mainly like YouTube tutorials, reading books from the library, books from Kinokuniya, and then also some like other art reference books around. But yeah, if you're ever interested in picking up drawing, National Library has a lot of resources as well. Yeah. Hope that answers your question. You have any other questions?
Last question.
Last question? Okay.
This is more on the process. So I'm just wondering, how was it like for you going from independent to actually working with a traditional publisher and working with a team?
Oh, okay. So like before this, I actually published a small mini 8-page comic. It was called Scale Mail and Zora. It was by Crimson
Star.
Yes, Crimson Star. I almost like mixed it up with like a Crimson Star by the Fandom Menace. Yeah, and like that was very like independent, like super independent to the point where like it was just me and my writer slash editor, and like he would just tell me, okay, I want this page, I want that page, like I've written the script for you, and you just draw. And like the collaborative aspect comes when like I push the envelope. I'm like, okay, like maybe I want to do a splash, maybe I want to like try something different, something more action over here or something like that. And like that was a very like just me and my editor kind of thing. With this book, because I was writing and drawing it, I also had an editor. But because like I held the reins very tightly, I wanted to make sure that my storytelling hit the points that I wanted to. So I kind of had to take charge a lot more rather than like my writer telling me like I want this and that. So that was quite different, and I think like it was very valuable experience as well to kind of know how this thing is done. Yeah, I hope this answers your question. Yes, deadlines. Oh my god, deadlines. Every industry, right? Yeah.
Okay, thanks for a great question, and thank you also everyone for sharing the space with us. And interesting questions as well. If you guys are interested, you can still continue talking to Samara. She'll be at City Square Mall, I think, this weekend.
Yep.
She actually rushed down here for the book launch from there, so she's actually selling the merchandise.
I came here for y'all.
Yeah. So if you guys want to, check out her art, buy some of her merch, do that as well. But now we're gonna move into the book signing segment of today's launch. So if you'd like to get Samara's autograph today, please purchase your book at the cashier before getting it signed. For the first 50 customers who purchase the book at the event, they will get a limited Kinokuniya exclusive bookmark. And also, for the first 30 customers, you'll get an extra special dino sticker illustrated by Samara herself. Very nice.
It's iridescent. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it right, but
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
yeah, iridescent. Hollow. Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you move fast, okay? First 30 for the dino sticker.
The checkout counter is right over there.
Just get your books over there. Yeah. Alright.